Hey, are you about to turn 59 and a half and want to know what the advantages to that are? I got some upcoming info to share with you. I'm going to try to keep these short and brief. And I appreciate it if you like keeping these videos a little shorter. Just give me a thumbs up so I know that you're good with the content type. I don't want to have to worry about pushing algorithms and da-da-da-da-da. I'm just trying to share information I learned as I go along this journey to retirement and planning for my retirement, etc. So everybody talks about there being a sweet spot for video length and etc. And I think it really kind of depends on what the audience wants more than the algorithm. I'm not here to make money off YouTube as far as getting monetized and hoping that I get 2 ads because I went over 8 minutes, all that kind of fancy stuff. Yeah, sure, I'd love to get monetized, love to get a nice group of subscribers, form a little community and keep things going. So anyway, not to overdo it. So one of the first things that comes up when you turn 59 and a half is that you can now take out of your 401k without penalty. Now, that doesn't mean you should, it just means you can. However, you need to remember that you will still have to pay taxes as if it's income, because it basically is income. It gets added to your taxable income at the end of the year. So keep that in mind before you do it. One of the things you can also do is a Roth IRA conversion. You can only do a certain amount that they can do every year, and I'm not real familiar with Roth IRAs, but I know that seems to be a big thing to do. There's some time limits that are involved in that, so make sure you do your due diligence and check with your certified financial planner about that stuff. But you also may have to pay some taxes with that. So again, I'm just sharing information. I'm not claiming to be an expert here. Okay. Next thing is that we've been able to do catch up in our 401ks since 50. Well, from 60 on to 63, you get to add even more to that. So if you're behind a little bit, the 8 ball, we talked yesterday about the numbers that people expect or they say you should have saved by age group. If you're behind on those, now's the time to double down and get going. Okay. The next thing you can think about is you need to talk about planning your required mandatory distributions, your RMDs, I think is what they call it. Now those are quite a ways out for us in my age group, because that I think it's now the mandatory doesn't start till 73 or 75. So it's not something you have to worry about right away, but it is something you need to plan for, because if you can move 401k money into a Roth IRA slowly now and pay taxes on that 401k distribution in small increments, put it away. Roth IRAs don't get taxed when you use them at the time. So, but I think they have to stay in there a certain amount of time. So again, check into with your planner, make sure that you're doing the right things. Another piece of this pie is that you can plan for your medical insurance a little bit better, and don't underestimate the cost of what medical insurance is going to run you, because one of the key factors I'm seeing with credit card debt and with seniors running into financial trouble, and reported by other channels as well, is that healthcare costs is what's eating up their money. And you need to be prepared for that the best way you can. And one of the things I recommend is if you can get an HSA, get one, because that money you can carry with you forever. You just leave it in the account. Mine's through Fidelity. I have a debit card. Everything I put in stays in there. It's tax-free, and as long as you use it for medical expenses, it is also, you don't ever pay tax on except sales tax, whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind. The next thing you can do is think about combining your 401k requirement accounts, okay, so that you have an idea what you have to work with total, instead of having all your pieces of the puzzle in all these different spots. Okay, so maybe think about doing that. Obviously, paying off your debt. The more debt you get rid of, the better off you're going to be when retirement comes around. Nobody wants to carry any kind of debt, as far as I'm concerned. And there's been discussions about, having a car payment or not having a car payment, having a house versus rent, those kinds of things. And those we've covered before, and we can cover again at another day. But today I'm just saying, get your debt taken care of. There's no sense carrying debt with you, especially rollover credit card debt when we talked about interest rates being up around 28% as the average. It's ridiculous, okay? And then, of course, as I always say, know your numbers, know your income. What can I afford? What's my budget? And make sure you plan accordingly. All right? Again, give me a thumbs up if you like this short content. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.